This just in. Breaking news, our top story tonight. In a weird move, the International House of Pancakes has changed its name to the International House of Burgers. I guess pancakes just weren't bringing home the bacon. Next up, pro golfer Phil Mickelson melts down to the US Open. Now, a lot of people were surprised at this, but to me, it seemed fairly par for the course. Speaking of sports that fat people can be good at, professional Fortnite streamer Ninja and his friend Marshmello, a renowned musical artist, won a Pro-Am Fortnite tournament. And this is something they should absolutely celebrate because these wins can come once in a fortnight. I also want to give a quick shout out to all of the dads who enjoyed Father's Day yesterday. All of the dads, but especially my own dad, I'm sorry I forgot to call. In other news, I'm sorry Dad, I forgot your birthday. I guess I was just a little too caught up with Father's Day. And finally tonight, Team USA's chances in the 2018 World Cup. The story that the mainstream media refuses to cover. All of this and more tonight on... I guess we're just gonna fucking call this news. We've got a bunch of stories I want to talk about today, but before we do so, I want to just quickly talk with my audience about kind of what my plans are. I know it's changed a lot. You might know me from poker videos or crypto videos or anything else. No, actually, it's just those two things. I've not done other stuff, but... here's the thing, I feel like sometimes I want to talk about mainstream stuff and I don't really have a place to put that. Or if I want to do a funny video about something that's not poker or not crypto, it's not a place for me to do that. And one of my new goals with content is to make videos that I enjoy and I have fun making. And so because of that, I want to start a new channel where I could put this content on it. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to make the other kinds of videos. I'm still going to make them as I want to, but it's going to be more focused on things that I like to make. So if you want to join me for that ride, hit the subscribe button. First up, let's talk about the International House of Pancakes becoming the International House of Burgers. Now, when I first heard this story, I thought this is extremely stupid, but upon looking into it, it still seems extremely stupid. According to this announcement from IHOP, today IHOP Restaurants announces that it is going by a new name, IHOB. Really rolls off the tongue. Since the news broke last week on the brand's social media sites, fans can't get enough, with more than 30,000 people speculating on what the change could be. I mean, what kind of person would write this low budget of material? I guess pancakes just weren't bringing home the bacon. The bacon. These wins can come once in a fortnight. It seemed fairly par for the course. The change, in fact, celebrates the debut of the brand's new Ultimate Steak Burgers, a lineup of 7 mouth-watering, all-natural burgers. To show the brand is as serious about burgers as it is its world-famous pancakes, it's flipped the P to a B in their iconic name for the time being. I like how much they enjoy the fact that a P is an upside-down B. Guys, it's not that cool. Nobody cares. Seriously, except you guys. Not a big deal. A lot of people on the internet have been making fun of this because it's funny, but I actually think that this might have been a great move. Think about this. When was the last time that you went to IHOP? Because the last time I went was probably 10 years ago after a night of heavy drinking in college. You went there because it was cheap and you could get a bunch of crappy food for almost no money. And since then, I haven't gone. In fact, if I think about the average IHOP customer, it's probably people over the age of 65 and drunk people at 3 a.m. So expanding into burgers gives them a little bit more in the middle ground. Instead of 8 a.m. and 3 a.m., someone might stop by at 2 p.m. Many people dislike these types of cheesy marketing ploys, and with good reason, but at the same time, they do end up working. People talk about it, it becomes a thing, and it's a little bit sensationalist in that it's a company that's been around for a very long time and always known for their pancakes, and now they're trying to do something else. I frankly couldn't give two shits. I'm never going to IHOP or IHOP. They could change that to any other name that they want to. I'm still not going, but it's a story and this is news, so let's move on. Next up, let's talk about what happened with Phil Mickelson at the US Open. Now, Phil Mickelson on the 13th hole had a bit of a moment and the world is calling it melted down. This is crazy. People are calling for him to withdraw. People want apologies. And to be honest with you, and we have the footage, it is a little bit jarring, so I'm going to have to warn that the following video is only suitable for all audiences.
Well, his speed has been terrible. Whoa. Whoa. Wow.
That's stunning. Talk us through what we just saw. Well, that is stunning. The last time I saw something like that was at John Daly in the '99 Open at Pinehurst.
Damn! What a meltdown. Look at this. Melting down. It's crazy. Melting down. Melted. It's melting right here. Okay. I will admit I don't play golf, but the story seems a little bit silly and over-exaggerated. I mean, I'm sure in golf it's not a cool thing to do, probably because it's against the rules, but I feel like the media might have run a little wild with this one. Moving on, let's talk about Fortnite. Now, love it or hate it, basically everybody loves Fortnite, which is why popular streamer Ninja averages over 100,000 viewers when he's playing live. Think about that. 100,000. More people log in to watch this guy play Fortnite than are able to sit down at any sports game anywhere. In a recent tournament, Ninja and popular musician Marshmello teamed up and took down a large Fortnite tournament with $3 million going to a charity of their choice. It's absolutely surreal to me to see how much gaming has changed over the last, let's just say, 15 years. You know, I grew up playing video games, a lot of RTS style games, StarCraft, Warcraft 3, those were my favorite games. And back in the day, you were lucky if the top prize in tournament was like $1,000 or $500, or it even just didn't exist. And if you wanted to learn, you had to play the game on the ladder and see what other people were doing, maybe download a replay of your favorite player. But now you can just hop onto Twitch, see how the best players play, learn from watching them, and you're going to get better so much quicker. And it really has changed the entire landscape of video games, at least I think. You know, now we see so many people getting involved, and the play is elevated to such a high level. Now, I'm not to say that's the case here necessarily. I didn't see this tournament, but I can see this happening across a variety of games. People are getting better and better at video games, and also they're becoming more popular. I think for a large portion of the youth nowadays, rather than their dream being one day to be a professional basketball player or football player, that dream is to become a professional video game streamer or player, or whatever it is that they can make money playing their game, because people love to play games, and we've seen an explosion in this space over the last 10, 15 years. Fortnite's not my favorite game. I'm not a huge fan of that game type where everyone drops on the map, but it is exciting to see it grow at this pace, and I have to wonder what's in store for the future. In other news, obesity rates in America are on the rise. Hard to imagine what's causing this. Next up, Father's Day happened. A great day with you and your dad. And it's only there because Mother's Day is a thing and we didn't want to miss out. So it's kind of a thing. I guess make your dad some shitty gift. Let's move on. This isn't a real story. And our final story tonight, the World Cup has kicked off and Americans are a little upset because we didn't get into the tournament. It's sad. I thought we could do it. I thought we could hang, you know? It just sucks when you're the little guy in the big pond. Just little old US of A trying to compete with Morocco and Costa Rica. We were never going to win. The system is rigged. How were we even supposed to qualify? Play better? Sure. All of our best athletes in America go into football. Well, the other football, but still, we should have been able to win this. It's like they don't even care in America. Wait, I don't think do we care? I don't think we care. This is something that's really grinded my gears often when I go abroad. I'm always told when I'm in England or other countries how America's actually surprisingly into soccer now. Americans are really into soccer. Okay, well, I'm not saying that's not true. I do think that a lot of people coming to our country, a lot of the immigrants coming to our country tend to be more pro-soccer, and there are more of them always coming. So that makes sense that it's growing to some degree. And maybe there is more of a support base for soccer with certain cities, wanting to support their Major League Soccer teams. But to be honest with you, I can't ever remember having a friend say, hey, let's go watch the soccer game, or the Vegas team. I don't think we have a team, or the LA Galaxy. Let's go watch Beckham. Let's go watch Beckham play some soccer. That's not really a thing in our culture. And I think that we can see that with where our best athletes tend to go. They go into things like American football, right, where you can make a lot of money, or into the NBA, or into Major League Baseball, or into hockey. They go into these sports that have more support here in our country. And that really is a few different reasons. First off, you make way more money in those sports here, so that's probably the primary reason. But also, it's part of our culture. You want to play sports that you grew up watching, that you liked as a kid. And I just don't think that's part of the American culture is to enjoy those sports. So I think that we're probably going to suck at soccer for a long time. I don't know if I see that changing. Maybe one day it can change. There's no doubt in my mind that the U.S. is athletically one of the best countries in the world. We compete across the board in many different sports. And I think that there needs to be a little more infrastructure and a little bit more push from the U.S. to want to excel at soccer in order for us to make a World Cup. Will that happen? I don't think so. But I've got some soccer matches to not watch, so I'll have to talk to you guys later. Thanks again for joining. If this is your first time here at the channel, well, it is your first time because I've never made a video before. So hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys again soon.